Okay, so here we are on page 2 of our Chapter 6 practice test that's in the book. And we are on problem number 13, which was also a story problem. Those are the most important for you to make sure you understand, since you know that your test is going to be all story problems. So 13 said that we are going to create a rectangular garden, and we need to know what our width and our length is, and we're going to base it on the amount of chicken wire we have to surround it. So the first inequality is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width has to be less than or equal to 180, and that's because we can use at most 180 feet of chicken wire to surround it. So the perimeter has to be less than or equal to 180. And then the second restriction is that the width can be no more than 30 feet. So W has to be less than or equal to 30. So we simply graph these two. I put W on the y-axis and L on the x-axis. Again, you could switch those and it would be okay. It would just look a little different when you're done there. But you want to have W is less than or equal to 30. I made each of my lines here worth 10. So there's 30, solid line, shade below. Then the other one, again, when it's in standard form for an inequality, be sure that you graph it using the intercepts, which means I make L equal to 0, and I solve for W, I get 90. Then I make W equal to 0, and I solve for L, I get 90 again. So I join those two intercepts and shade below it, and my solution is this double shaded area right here where they both overlap. Okay, number 14. Here's a system of equations that we could solve either way. The story is that we are at a writing workshop, and it enrolls novelists and poets in a ratio of 5:3, and there are 24 total people. So N plus P, novelists plus poets, has to equal 24. And then the ratio is that for every 5 novelists, there are 3 poets. So we set that into an equation. I use substitution. I solved for the N in the first equation by subtracting P from both sides. Then I plugged that in for N in the second equation. And when I solved, I got there were 15 poets and 9 novelists. Okay, I could plug both those in, get a correct answer, so I know that that is my solution. All right, 15 was a little tricky because we had to understand, again, our units. That's what's so important about these story problems, is to understand the units that you're using for the variables. So for number 15, if I have one solution that's 30% insecticide, a second solution that is 50% insecticide, and I want to combine those two solutions in a way to get 200 liters of a new solution that is 42% insecticide. So the first one, as I've told you, is almost always variable 1 plus variable 2 equals sum total. So that's what we have here. A is the number of liters of solution number 1 plus B, the number of liters of solution number 2, and that has to equal 200. And then the second equation is 0.3 or 30% of those A liters plus 50% of those B liters. Those are the percents of insecticides for those two solutions. And that has to equal 42%. And here's the trick. That has to be times 200. Because just like A and B represent the number of liters of each of those two solutions, we want 42% to be the percent of insecticide of our total new solution, which is going to be 200 liters. So that's the tricky part. Now, how I solved this one, I actually multiplied the first equation by negative 0.3, just used elimination, added them together, and I get 120 liters of solution B and 80 liters of solution A. And I did check those in each equation to make sure that they were true in both, so I knew it was my solution. Number 16 was an open-ended question. It asked you to write a system of 2 linear equations that has no solution. And the key here is you could write any two lines that are parallel. And we know two lines are parallel when they have the same slope, but different y-intercepts. Number 17 was checking to make sure you understand what makes something a solution. And you had to find the error the person made here. Here, the error they made was they put in y for the x and the x for the y. So they switched up their value places or locations there. So that's why they got that was a solution when actually it is not. If I put in -1 for y and -6, -1 is not less than -4, so it actually is not a solution. So that was their mistake. Number 18, it says to consider a system of two linear equations, and if the graphs of the equations are not the same line, is it possible for them to have an infinite number of solutions? Well, if I'm doing two linear equations, then no, it is not possible, because if they are linear and they're not the same line, the only other choices are they're going to intersect one time, which would make one solution, or they're never going to intersect if they were parallel, and that would mean no solution. So there is no other way for that to happen. 19, 20, and 21 said that suppose that you add two linear equations that form a system and you get this result. So basically they're asking you if you use elimination and you end up with number 19, which is a true statement, x equals 8, then you know that you have one solution. Okay, x equals 8 is an actual value. So we know we're going to have a y value to go with that x, and that one point is where they intersect. For number 20, 0 equals 4, that's a false solution. So that's a false statement. So we know that that means there is no solution. And if we ended up with 0 equals 0, like they showed for number 21, we would know that there's an infinite number of solutions. There are infinitely many solutions for that system because that 0 equals 0 is a true statement. So there you are for your review. Remember, you need to make sure that you're very comfortable with all of your story problems. Problems 1 through 9 for your test on Monday will be to set up and solve a linear system of equations, and number 10 will be set up and solve a system of linear inequalities. See you Monday.